there's another fight out there, right? That there are reports that Tank Davis, Ryan Garcia is close to being made. They have all the some parameters taken care of, but supposedly they're still haggling over the network, and that could derail the whole situation. But there's a possibility that it could happen in early 2023. How do you see that? Let's start with you, Dean. How do you see that?
How do I see Tank Davis fighting? Who was it?
Garcia, Ryan Garcia.
Garcia. I'm going to pick Garcia because he's an elite boxer. He's got speed. He's got the height on him and everything. And I think that this is going to be the Hearns Aguilar kind of fight. And I know that he's got power, Tank, and everything. But I just think that if Garcia uses the jab like I've seen him do, and what got him to where he's at, today, uses the jab and times him coming in and reaching him, I think he's just too quick, and he's going to hurt Tank, and I think Tank will hurt Garcia too. Don't get me wrong; it's going to be a great fight. I just think that Garcia will get it done. That's just my opinion.
So you talked about Hearns Hagler, so you see a shootout.
It could be a shootout. I think it might be a bit of a shootout, yeah. And they make a fight. They make that fight happen. And then the Spence and the Crawford, they wanted to be that kind of fight, those kind of guys. Now these guys become that. They become the elite, and they fight each other. They make it happen. It's going to be all over the world. Everybody's going to be talking about it. And then who's Spence and Crawford? They're going to be fighting this guy and that guy, whatever. Yeah. But I think right now those two guys are hot, super hot. And they're right in their prime. They're at the top of the game. They really are.
I definitely think that everybody has to watch out for Tank's uppercut. Everybody has to watch out for them. I've seen Brian Garcia. I've seen him boxing. I think that you have to use his right hand more than his jab, Dean. I think you would have to use that right hand more and try to get and position Tank in a certain position to throw the left hook or whatever. But he definitely going to have to use that right hand because that uppercut is vicious, and that's hard for anybody to defend, the uppercut right up the middle. I've seen Garcia in certain fights, and I seen where Tank could beat him, and I seen Tank in certain fights where I see where Garcia could beat him. So you made a good assessment of the fight. That fight, I think, is up for grabs. Just watch out for that uppercut. That's the only thing I'm saying. I think either way could go. They both, but Ryan is a good boxer. He's a good boxer. And Tank just depends on that uppercut and a couple other things. But Ryan got more in his arsenal. And that's a hard fight for me. But I think that Garcia, if he's in good shape, he should be able to come out on top. But just watch out for that uppercut.
I see Garcia, like he's got a really good coach. Garcia made a transformation, with his coaches and whatnot. And with Goosen, he's a good guy. He's knowledgeable and whatnot. And but I see Garcia catching with that left hook to the body and not allowing him to throw that uppercut, keeping him on the outside. It'd be smart if he was my fighter. I wouldn't try to let Tank get too close to me. I want to keep that distance on him and use that height and use the reach and fight tall. And fight the shorter guy and stay tall. That's what Manny Stewart would do with Lennox Lewis and Klitschko brothers. And he and even with me, when I work with him and Tommy Hearns, when I was sparring with Tommy, he would tell us all to fight tall. Don't be ducking down, bending too much. Stay tall, keep your hands high, and just work behind that jab. And I see Garcia doing that. I think Garcia can really hurt him with that left hook to the body. I think that's a dangerous weapon for him.
So you feel like if Garcia can stand up to Tank's power, he can outbox him and beat him on the cards?
Yeah, I think the power thing they matched. I really do believe that. Yeah, I think that it's an even fight all around. I think what it'll come down to is psychology, who believes in himself the most and who can execute the game plan, who can get it done in the night.
It's kind of difficult to fight southpaws, and if the jab is really not going to help you that much. when you fight in the southpaw. Your right hand is like a jab when you fight in the southpaw. So if he has somebody that's in his corner, Garcia, that's gonna direct them on how to really fight a southpaw, you really supposed to keep throwing that right hand so you can forget about the left hook, or keep throwing that left hook so you forget about the right hand. So you keep throwing that right so you can forget about the left, and you'll bring that around, or you keep doing the left, and then you're gonna eventually get that right in there.
Okay.
You're gonna
Just
get that right. I'm sorry about that. That's the phone. So really, it's a technical thing when you fight in the southpaw. Hopefully, Garcia people know exactly what to do. So you got to stay on the outside of his lead jab of Tank, but Tank always moving. That's a hard fight for me to decide.
Do you know, with me, I mean, everybody has a way of doing things of their own perspective. But I was trained by when I started boxing in 1980. The guy, my coach, Gareth Donovan from Merthyr in Wales, who started me out, 5-time Welsh champion, and he was a southpaw. And he was, that's how, he was teaching me everything. He tried to, train me to be a southpaw in the beginning, but like it didn't work out. Like over time, I developed it and whatnot.
Yeah, that's not good.
Southpaw, I never lost to a southpaw killer. And the reason being, with all the fights I had and everything, is because I didn't abandon my jab. I didn't make it comfortable for the southpaw. So I take away my number one, my best weapon is my left hand. My lead hand is nearest to my opponent, and I would use that. I don't care if he's southpaw or not. I'm going to use that jab, and I'm going to give you something that maybe you haven't seen before. They used to guys throwing lead right hands, left hooks, and whatnot. I'm going to be me. I'm not going to change it. And this is how I fought my whole career. When I fought a southpaw, I was me, and I found them very easy to hit with my power shots. Obviously, that I used to tag them with the right to the belly a lot, and but I never abandoned my jab. I would throw that jab, and when I work with Larry Holmes, and the champ right there, he knows a thing or two about Larry Holmes. But Larry, it was the same way. I would just keep jabbing, and I wouldn't, throw my lead punches. My lead punch is my left hand. So when I'm fighting, I'm going to be using my left hand, like 80%, 20% my right.
Let me say this: when I first started, I was an amateur, and I went to the old Passion gym right there where Rocky Sylvester Stallone made the movie. The gym was right here, and the Italian market was right there. And I started as an amateur sparring this heavyweight named Randy Mack, and he was a southpaw, and I was sparring him every day. In the beginning, he was whipping me, and then I got with Slim, and Slim showed me how to fight southpaws. And they're all different methods, but we never used our jab. We used the right hand. It was our jab when we fight southpaws, and then when the southpaw shoot his right hand, you get around on the outside of it. Okay, they say you put your left foot on the outside, but you also get on the outside of his jab and move in. So I'm southpaw. I just jab. You got to get on the outside and move. Make me turn into your punches. Okay. So if you go this way, I'm gonna turn right into your punches. I'm this way to get you. I'm southpaw. So I'm not going. If you go on this way, I'm gonna turn right into your punches. So that's just one of the ways. Then straight right hands. But I was told now, Dean, you probably was successful, but I was told not to really use the jab when you fight in the southpaw. Just keep throwing the right hand as your jab. Now you probably was successful that way, but I never was taught to use the jab with a southpaw. Your jab is the right hand.
Yeah, and what I would do. What I would do with the southpaw is I wouldn't jab, look for his head. I would jab his glove. I would jab his glove. I would jab his lead hand, which is his right hand. I jab his glove, jab him in the face. I double jab the glove or jab the glove, double jab the face. So I was hit him in. I would jab the hand. I would jab his hand, make him uncomfortable,
Okay.
And just be shooting there because But don't forget now. The southpaw is leaving himself very vulnerable to the left hook. So, with Garcia, you're having one of the, phenomenal left hook and the speed on it and the way he throws it. So Tank's better watch that. Tank better prepare for that. So you have Tank with the uppercut. I don't think if I was coaching Garcia, we ain't gonna stay inside with that kid. Maybe later on we'll but in the beginning, first 5 rounds, we don't want to feel that uppercut.
So just so I'm clear, Dean, you're going with Ryan Garcia.
Correct.
And what about you, Tim? You can't call it.
Because that kid is dangerous with that uppercut.
Yeah.
He's dangerous and he keeps his defense tight. And I've seen Garcia box, and he's really clever. He's clever and he's smart. But he's fighting somebody. He does have a decent. He depends too much on that uppercut. He does that. But I did see some other stuff that he do too, that he sets you up and then hit you with that uppercut.
Yeah.
But Garcia comes out and boxes your butt off. He boxes butt off on you. So I'm not gonna really pick Garcia because I'm scared of Tank uppercut and some other things. I'm scared of that uppercut. That's been knocking everybody out. So
yeah, it has. You're right. You're 100% right, champ.
and he keeps his defense tight.
He does. The ball's
tight, and he whips it up. But I seen where both of them vulnerable at different times in different fights. I seen where they both vulnerable. This is going to be a good fight, and I'm gonna be looking forward to it.